What's up, guys? How are you doing? It's your boy Rick back here. I'm trying to be kind of quiet. I'm transmitting live to you. Not live, but as I'm recording it, it feels live, trust me. From Europe, that's right. I like to travel around when I can, and I am here. I'm in Europe. It's crazy. So I'm getting over this jet lag, and it took a good week. But anyway, let's get into boxing, my friends. On this dead channel, you're so cool, man. You said this channel isn't dead, but if you look at my YouTube channels, my main channel is just, it's my channel. It's very much alive. Over 100,000 subscribers. Sorry, the last time I looked at it, I had like 349,000 subscribers and counting. But anyway, who cares, right? Honestly, that's meaningless. That's another conversation. Enjoy the 15 minutes of fame. I tell people that. Even some of the biggest celebrities that were once famous, they're struggling and looking to get seen. Things change, so I don't take it too seriously. As far as taking that part of it seriously, I did get recognized a few times. It's crazy when that happens. And it's flattering. But besides all that, I went to very limited editing on this because I'm a full-time, really pure content producer. I'm always editing something, and I'm always working on something. So excuse the horrible lighting. I'm in a dark room, and I'm usually more hyper. I do have an A personality. I'm very hyper, and I talk a lot. And it's not an act when you see that, but I got to tone it down tonight. So let's talk about boxing. Let me just start with this, because I was going to make something about this. I was watching the fights that came in from overseas now that I'm abroad, and I saw Zab Judah. I said, what? Really? Zab Judah's still fighting? Are you kidding me? And I like Zab Judah. Personally, I met Zab Judah. That's a story in itself. And then I talked to him once in a live stream for something long ago. He's doing Justin TV. Anyway, I bumped into Zab Judah I think it was 2 weeks before he fought Cotto in a CVS in New York. How crazy is that? You just walk in. Can you imagine? This is a for real story. Let me share this with you because you guys are boxing fans, so you probably want to hear this. I literally go into a CVS. I'm a night owl, especially at that point in time. I wasn't, you know what I mean? So I was out, and I went up into CVS, and I just see Zab Judah walk right by me. I'm like, what the? It was like surreal, kind of, So I stopped him. It was kind of empty. We talked about what's up, the area, because, at that time I lived in a certain area, and he was actually chilling there. He lived there too. So he was mad cool. But I thought to myself, oh my God, he's out this late 2 weeks before big fight like that. Maybe he's doing Floyd, the late training, but I thought to myself, that doesn't seem serious about training. He's going to lose to Cotto. That's what I thought. And I didn't want him to lose, especially after meeting him. Anyway, so I'm watching this fight, and during this fight, I'm getting more and more outraged that his father's not stopping the fight. I'm like, why is this fight continuing? He's taking major shots. So the wifey walks in the room. I broke it down real quick to her. I said, this is this fighter I met. He's mad cool. Zab Judah. He's taking a beating. I paused the video I'm watching, and I said, Zab Judah's getting beat down. This is not cool. His dad won't stop the fight. What's up with that? I mean, what's going on? It's so not cool. And I know that's the whole debate in boxing. Well, there's a lot of debates going on. One of them is the father being in a corner or a family member, and it's problematic because they don't stop it. They get caught up with emotions. But your son's in his 40s now. He's getting tagged by I'm not disrespecting anybody, but this guy's kind of a club fighter with a lot of power from what I see. And, he's still a good fighter. He's in there. He gets his props. He gets respect. But come on. He stopped the fight. He got wobbled several times. His dad leaves him in there. Someone stopped the fight. What are they hoping for? He wins and then gets another fight in a club somewhere, televised on the internet or wherever, and then hopefully he gets a championship shot again in the last hurrah. I don't want to see that stuff. Feel me? I don't want to see that stuff in boxing. That stuff pisses me off, especially when I meet the dude and he's mad cool. Whatever. So that's what happened with the Zab Judah thing. And then fast forward to today in my feed, I still got this feed from the States on my phone, and it says Zab Judah bleeding on the brain, released from hospital all at once. I was like, what? So I was kind of surprised. If you see the green there, that's because these are specially designed to look at the screen. I didn't even get into my scary story about that. I want to leave that. I got it from my main channel recorded, but let me just put a long story short. I never had glasses in my life. Blessed with, knock on wood, health. I couldn't see for 2 days straight last year. Like I got like you take a camera flash, and this has been going on for years. I'm a full-time editor, content producer, filmmaker. I do all this stuff. I'm not playing. Like seriously, I'm an artist and I'm doing my thing. And I thought, like maybe I had like a brain tumor or something. I started getting paranoid, like something is seriously wrong with me. Anyway, here we are. I have these glasses when I'm working and editing and stuff like that, because I definitely had a major scare. And when you have scares like this in life, you start to see things differently. You put things in a whole different perspective about how blessed you are, if you're healthy. And if you've got everyone has something. So if you have some type of health problem, you keep it maintained, you keep it in check, whatever it's diabetes or some type, I don't want to get preachy here, but I wish everybody, I wouldn't wish any illness on my worst enemy, especially cancer, stuff like this. So you think you have something really bad and you get really paranoid, because when you can't see, because it looks like a camera's flashing in your eyes for 20 minutes, you can't drive, you can't edit, you can't do nothing. And you get it 2 days in a row. You run to the doctor finally, which I did. I was naive. I was really stupid. Ignorance, the word. And I finally went to the doctor for it. I got multiple checks. Thank God everything's okay. I'm here to report. But I got these glasses for editing. And I know I'm going off here, and I probably lost most of the people that are here for boxing. I'm sorry. But I just wanted to get that out there. So, yeah. I hate to say it because I used to say it a lot. I digress. It's so cliche. But I'm going to go back into boxing here. We're going to talk about boxing. So thank goodness I just read that. And I was happy, upset and happy at the same time to hear that he had to unfortunately get bleeding on the brain because people in his corner are irresponsible. And they let this man, Zab Judah, at 41 years old, take the punishment like that in the ring. And by the way, boxing has to be regulated. It's sickening already. You got guys, I'm sorry, I got to cover my mouth. I don't like to do this, but I hope you can hear me. I'll pull the mic away. I feel like it's more of an organic connection between myself and the viewer. Some people just try, I'm not that big. This channel, come on. It's like a dead channel. It's my own fault. I neglected it. I had to. You can't do many, YouTube, either you get lucky real quick, and then this takes many, many years to build up a channel and keep producing content, quality content that builds an audience, like on my main channel. Really work hard on that. It's a full-time thing. But here, I neglected it. Unfortunately, I come on here, I rant, and this is what it is. So, it's good that I get to talk to some people. Someone out there is watching. I got like 25 views on the last video. I'm happy about that. It sounds so big. I can get 1 million. I just looked at one of my videos the other day. I said, wow, this video popped 1 million. Because it's like, after a while, a couple months, something, I don't look at these things. 1 point something million views or 0.5, something like that. I was like, awesome, because I don't really look. I don't go through my stuff and look. I really don't. I don't have time for this nonsense. But it's really awesome. And so I got 25 views. I'm like, wow, awesome. So there is people out there watching this channel. Oh my goodness. So, it's a dark room. Straight up, it's crazy. That's why I look like this. Anyway, I was upset that he had the bleeding on the brain, but happy at the same time when I read that he got released. So it's not serious. It's not like a major thing where it's major. That's serious. And that's life altering, I'm sure. But thank God Zab Judah is okay. Because nobody deserves that. Adonis, Stevenson, right? Stevenson, the light heavyweight Superman, Davis. I forget names. I'm sorry, I don't have a thing in front of me. You know what I'm talking about. There's so many names, so many passwords, so many things. I'm trying to build a website behind the scenes. I got so much things going on in my head. That's why when you see guys go on ESPN, or if they're putting on a big show, a podcast or something like this on I've seen these professional boxing channels recently. I'm looking at two blurry people. The mic, the interviewer's there. They got like Tyson Fury or someone, and it's all blurry. They can't get it together. I mean, this is not professional at all. At that level, if you're going to get to an arena, or you're going to get to it might be all over the place here. That's right. I'm going to tie it all in. if you go through some of these boxing channels, which is fine, God bless them, the professional ones, I'm shocked to see a lot of them, they have their subject out of focus. Yeah, they're not film students, but come on, out of focus. Check your camera. You take the trouble to get to the arena or get to a hotel to interview someone and then put it on a channel with mad subscribers or whatever. And then the subjects being the interviewer who set up the camera, probably. They don't have a big budget, I can imagine, in most cases. And then you have the fighter or the promoter. I think it was Eddie Hearn, the promoter for Joshua, out of focus. Background billboards in the arena or wherever they were clear as day. I mean, come on, it takes a second. Just check your camera. Check your camera, get a stand in. Look at the promoter, tap your screen or whatever type of camera you got. Make sure you get it right. Get a little light kit. If you don't have the light kit, get a ring light. Here I am talking about, what a hypocrite. Look at me talking about lighting. Look where I'm at. But this is a channel that is just a extra channel that I have. I have many channels. I have old channels that I don't remember the password for, by the way. I started on YouTube in 2006. Yeah, I had someone tell me one day, oh, you're doing paranormal. You're trying to be like this one or that one. I had a paranormal channel in 2006 before I knew of any other paranormal channel and UFOs. For real, this is a fact. If I'm called out on it, I'll dig it up. Seriously. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I want to talk about this weekend. Tom Schwarz. Tom Schwarz? Sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. I don't know much about this guy. He's German. He's fighting Tyson Fury. And I see all knockouts on his record. Let's take a look at his record. 24-0, big 16 KOs. Now everybody expects Fury to win. Heavy favorite. But again, from Joshua, I think most of us should learn from that Joshua fight that in boxing, especially the heavyweight division, at any point in time, someone can be knocked out. I don't care who you are. They're making these excuses still for Joshua. It's called denial. There's a lot of denial going on. It's a very powerful thing. So, Tyson Fury, he should ideally win this fight, either KO, TKO, or outbox him. He's going to probably look to outbox him, break him down, and I'm guessing my prediction would be he would knock Schwarz out. That being said, I don't really know. I probably saw this guy Schwarz fight, and I just don't remember. So I'm looking at his record. I don't see any big names that I recollect on here. This is a limited resume as far as names go. But does that mean anything? Like I said, Ruiz got the job done. And I'll tell you again, like, it was a big insult to have Ruiz 25-1 underdog. And I would make this a 8-1 favorite. 7-1 maybe. They got to bring this one down too. All right. So the Schwarz guy, Tom Schwarz, he is probably going to lose, but I heard rumors that Tyson Fury said some article. These articles are all spun to get you to click on them, which I understand because I understand the business, but a lot of them are just out of hand. They'll literally make it like, hey, they know he's going to get a WBO belt. Click on this, and you read it, and it has nothing to do with that. So I just read a headline that there's a rumor prior to making this video that Tyson Fury, I didn't see the video, so I really can't break it down because I didn't hear what Fury was saying, so I can't really decipher anything or make a judgment. But they said, according to the headline, that Fury might get the WBO title because Ruiz might have to drop it because he's entertaining the idea of a rematch with Joshua. Who knows? Regardless, if you're a real boxing fan, you know either Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury is the real heavyweight champion, the lineal. Ooh, am I too loud? The lineal heavyweight champion, in my opinion, is Tyson Fury. Because in my opinion, he beat Deontay Wilder. He outpointed him, that's right. He got up on that miracle punch. And I'm not biased. I'm realistic. And I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm a Deontay Wilder fan. Absolutely. I'm a fan of Fury as well. Push comes to shove, I love both those guys. They're my favorite heavyweights. Period. Even if one loses tomorrow by a knockout, still my favorite heavyweights in this era. That's right. Tyson Fury got up, that amazing punch in the 12th round. Sure, he got knocked down before that, but the real knockdown, he got up. I could understand Wilder being pissed off, saying, hey, like a Don King Douglas thing, long count. Okay, he believes that. So the rematch could go either way. Very hard to predict that fight. But I can say one thing with all my knowledge of boxing, since I've been watching boxing since I was a baby, no joke. I can tell you, and that's all I watch really, and the only sport I ever watched, Tyson Fury, he, you gotta knock him out to win. And anybody can make that assessment. Anybody that is a logical thinker could say that. They could say, hey, Tyson Fury has to knock him out. That makes sense, right? So, because Deontay Wilder has to knock him out because Tyson Fury is such a great boxer. He's another ring general at a heavyweight division. He's so tall. The man is ridiculously tall and so agile. He's 6 foot. He's almost 7 feet tall. 6'9", 6'9", and he boxes amazing. I slept on a dude when he quit boxing and came back. When he quit boxing and came back, and it's never been done quite in that fashion. We're not talking about George Foreman coming back. We're talking about a guy who had mental illness, who had drugs or whatever, substance abuse problems. So it's never been done before. So he proves that psychologically how important it is in sports and in life. Psychologically, really, I'm one of those people that really believe that you can define your future. You could take your future in your hands, literally. You could say, I want to do this. And if you put the time and effort and energy into doing that, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. You can do it. I'm living proof of that in a lot of things I've done already in life. Not that I'm like super or whatever, but I'm very humble. But I've seen certain things and I've accomplished those things step by step by step through hard work and dedication. And this man literally shut a lot of people up, including me. I mean, I thought it was a joke when he's coming back to fight Deontay Wilder. I didn't know what was going to happen that night. The guy was so overweight, I didn't know. It's up here. This man believed in himself. He already had the skills. Now he matched those skills with his psychological belief that he can overcome anything. And he did. And you gotta love that. Well, I gotta love him or hate him. You're not a fan if you're not a fan. But you gotta love that about him. Not everyone's gonna like everybody or everything that someone did, but blah, blah, blah. If you could just take on one good positive thing, the man actually came back from mental illness. Which is devastating. I know people, unfortunately, that suffer from mental illness. And you think, oh, he can get over that. Come on. That's some serious stuff. And I'm glad to see the heavyweight division alive again and popping off like this. So what else do we got? Triple G. Let's talk about Triple G. Triple G had this fight this weekend, and I know he's aging. He's aging. Aging in boxing is not cool. And, you know, like with Zab Judah, you always use that analogy. You got a painter, and the painter all of a sudden turns 40 or 50, and you tell the painter he can't paint no more. Can you imagine that? You can't produce your art anymore because of your age. That's what you're asking boxers to do. It's a very hard transition to get out of what you love to do. And boxers obviously love to box. That's what they do for a living. So, I gotta go with Triple G getting older. I talked about this. My predictions were he would beat Canelo Alvarez on this channel. I broke it down in the first fight. I said he would not be permitted to win. They gave it a draw. And in the second fight, okay, if you think that Canelo won, I respect your opinion. I respect that it was a lot closer. And, you know, you can't get too mad, but I thought Triple G won in all honesty. In my opinion, I thought he won the fight. And if it went either way, I mean, a lot of people probably wouldn't have been too upset. But he did win the first fight, for sure. That most people that are not biased and most boxing fans would agree on that. If you're not De La Hoya, that's for sure. So, Triple G, right? He fought this guy who was much younger this weekend. Let me pull up the records here. Sorry, one moment. But I'm going to tell you about Triple G. My concern with Triple G is that he's not going to outlive this, when I say outlive age-wise, this trilogy, because he's aging by the day here. He's aging by the day. And it's really not cool because Golovkin is just getting older and older and older. And if you think about it, in boxing, especially at the middleweight, heavyweights, they go a little longer. That's the argument. But Golovkin is getting older, and it's not looking good. I mean, what I saw in the ring that night, he did his thing. He knocked the guy out. But Golovkin, let's see how old exactly he is now. Okay, he's born in 1982, April 8th. Okay, he's 37. Guys, I believe Baldomir, because I'm tying this all in like I told you earlier. Off the head, no notes with this. I'm looking at the record on Box Records. GGG's up right now. But Carlos Baldomir, I think was 37 when he upset Zab Judah in Madison Square Garden in the small room. I remember that for sure. I think he was 37. Nobody's seen that coming. And it's just speaking of Zab, so I thought I'd put that down there and put that out there. GGG's no spring chicken in boxing. And it showed versus Steve Rolls. And I actually thought it showed in that Canelo fight before that. I think that there's a big problem here. So this guy, Rolls, did help. He gave a good account of himself. He looked pretty good. He was getting a lot of punches in there. And some people were getting nervous, especially if they're trying to make this third fight with Canelo. I think for the first time, and I'm going to put it in here now early, for the first time, I'm going to say that Golovkin legitimately, because I think they don't want that golden boy of this era losing Canelo. They got so much money involved with this guy. But I think Golovkin should ideally lose to him now, because by the time he gets into the ring with him, he's going to be 38. Probably, most likely. Now we're pushing 40. In boxing, a professional athlete. Nobody can be Father Time. I know that's so cliche, right? Everybody said nobody can be. But seriously, you cannot. As a professional athlete, some people have done it. Hopkins, different. There's always the case. There's always a scenario. And this is how great Golovkin is. He could probably make it a competitive fight still. But I think there's going to be some problems because of his age. And I think that on a good night, and it's already proven he did it, GGG was the better fighter than Canelo all the way. All the way. Both of these guys at 29 years old, GGG he dominated that fight. It would have been a little bit better than the first fight. Maybe even stopped him. But Canelo proved me wrong, because Canelo turned out to be a lot better than I thought. I did predict on this channel. I always throw that out there because I like to. You could see the body of predictions and my boxing knowledge. I did predict on this channel. It is on this channel somewhere. I said that Floyd Mayweather he would win, I said that, but make it look like a sparring session versus Canelo, because I knew what I was dealing with. Again, Floyd Mayweather, love him or hate him, is the guy who I hold up, especially, I have to use his name because most of the boxing fans in this era can relate to that, especially if you're much younger, if you're 18 years old. Floyd Mayweather is the ring general. I always put him up A+ elite. So anybody that is going to be close in comparison is great. That's how someone always uses the word amazing. If you watch America's Got Talent, everyone that goes on stage, you're amazing. You're a star, especially when they're mediocre. A lot of these people, not everybody is as good as the other person. That word is thrown around a lot. You're amazing and you're a star, so it loses its meaning. But for me, my best of the best is a Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Elite fighter, A+, nobody could beat him, unstoppable, with most styles going against him. And for me, I think that Golovkin was touching that at his weight level. He was up there, and he lost some of that. And I think that Canelo, they're not as good as like that top elite. They're under it. But it's very interesting. It's very interesting because I think that this third fight is going to answer a lot of questions with GGG's age and possibly him fighting at the top level of the sport of boxing. Sorry, I'm a little bit preoccupied with something else going on here. I was just reading something as I'm looking through here. I'm looking at Rolls. What is going on here? Suspended by New York State Athletic Commission indefinitely. What the heck is this, Steve Roll? I don't even know what that is. That's what I'm looking at. Oh, is this because he was knocked out? Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm thinking it's because they're checking him up and knocking. Okay, let's see. Going back to that, no, man, boxing has to be regulated. Zab Judah should not have been fighting to begin with. I know to take that away is awful. Give him a commentating job. Do something with Zab. He's knowledgeable. He's energetic. He talks. He can do something for boxing and work in that sphere. He could be a trainer. Don't let this man fight ever again, please. And I don't think he will after what happened. Yeah, he's suspended as well because that goes with the knockouts, right? But that's just unbelievable. The guy that beat him, the Cletus Selden dude, man, please. Zab would have cleaned his clock in like 5 rounds, maybe 6 rounds. Easy money back in the day. Zab should have never been in this fight, and they should regulate boxing. I know it's not going to happen. Teddy Atlas is the one to go to on that, talk about with. They should regulate boxing. If you're at a certain age, you should be even tested even more. And I could see what Zab was doing. He was building his record back up. He won against really guys that are just losing. It's the guy before Cletus, the fight we just saw, lost 14 times. So they were giving Zab guys that were literally fighting or should have been fighting in gyms off TV, and guys that shouldn't be in there because they're getting knocked out so much, getting beat up so much. Really, if you're knocked out a certain amount of times in boxing, it should be a wrap. You shouldn't be allowed to fight anymore. Period. Bleeding on the brain or anything like that, don't come back. Someone's going to get, ultimately, not only is it going to ruin long-term, if they're around long-term quality of life, it's going to just not be a good thing. You know what I'm talking about. There's another fighter recently, I saw a headline, coma, something like that. I don't even want to look. I'm being straight up. I don't even want to look because I'm the type of dude, I won't want to talk boxing for a while. If someone unfortunately loses their life in there, I don't want to even talk. I don't even want to deal with the sport. That'll get me pissed off, especially if they leave the person in the ring like that. I don't even want to watch it. So when I saw Zab taking that beating, I was appalled, I was shocked, and I was really angry about what was going on, what was happening in that ring the first time he got hurt. And you could see where the fight was going. Stop the fight. And they had these announcers. I think one of them was an old fighter. They were just awful. I'm sorry. You think one of them would have said the first time, all right, Zab, at this point, and the guy said he's friends with him, after it was all said and done, should have said, hey, this fight should be stopped. This isn't looking good. Referee should think about stopping this, or his dad. He's 41 years old. They gave no insight. He doesn't look good. His legs are wobbling. His brain is getting damaged. This is a 41-year-old man, and this fight is only going one way, and it's not going to end good. So that's one of the reasons, another reason why I stopped this channel. Because, it sounds like you probably, this guy's full of it. He's going to stop talking boxing. Yeah, because if someone gets, because of the politics and someone gets hurt. Yeah, because I just wasn't feeling it no more. I told you I ripped down my website. So I got to feel it. If I don't feel it, it's not even about money or anything like that. It's just, if I'm not feeling something, I won't do it. Straight up. I'm like that. That's just my personality. Just the way I am. So right now I'm feeling boxing though, but I don't even want to read about that guy. I hope he recovers like Stevenson is recovering. And unfortunately in combat sports, you're going to have the worst of the worst things happen at some point in time, but they need to stop these fights a lot sooner when you see the fighters get hurt with something like that. Over and over, especially the lighter weights, 12 rounds, 5 rounds, 6 rounds. The guy's hurt again. And you hear sometimes, the good commentary, he's too tough for his own good. Yeah, let's stop this fight. It's not worth it. We're watching a man lose his future, literally. Because, the brain is not meant, obviously, to get hit over and over like that. It's really that's hard to watch for me, just personally speaking, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Hopefully Tyson Fury comes through with this. I want to see good quality fights, competitive fights. I don't want to be seeing Roy Jones Jr. types get back in there way past their prime. Evander Holyfield, Zab Judah now go in that ring and fight and just take this ridiculous punishment, ruining their future, possibly jeopardizing their entire life because they can get in there, you know what I mean? It could be over. Oh boy, that's just not cool. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hopefully we'll get a good fight Saturday night, and yeah, peace out.